That's plenty.
The soul jar stands on its plinth, glowing softly. From within, you can almost hear the whisper of a voice. You see, or rather, you feel, a far-off land. Frozen breath hangs in the air, pine needles brush your cheeks, and in your arms, your vision swims. You're older, but perhaps not wiser. You march at the head of a shambling host, the enemies of Brachus Rex melting before you. The scene twists again. Now Brachus stands before you, a beautiful woman at his side. You lash out in treasonous rage, but cold arms bind you. You're sealed away in a tower. You scream. You feel a jolt and open your eyes to see the soul jar before you, lying still in the vault. Your hand falls from the jar and grips the pillar as you try to calm your ragged breathing. The necromancer's memories fade to black, but the feelings remain.
The memories of a necromancer. What could be more vile?
No one deserves the fear and pain I felt in that vision. Not even a necromancer.
One must wonder how many more lives they took. How much more misery the scum caused.
The jar on the plinth before you seems ancient, but is in surprisingly good condition. It's covered in pictograms that you can't understand, but you're sure you just saw one of them move. The pictograms spin to life, and you're dragged into a dream. You see the lizards of the ancient empire turning their back as you roam. The human apes turn away from you, all but one. One smiles, one opens his eyes. He promises power for a price. He picks off your golden scales, one by one, stripping you down to the bone. He promised you a crown, but all you try to fight, try to reclaim what's yours, but a woman takes you by the hand. He promised he'd take me home, you cry. You are home, she smiles as she seals the door. This is where you belong. Your hand drops away from the soul jar, your skin prickling. In the back of your mind, you hear a small, scared voice whimper before fading to nothing. The long-dead lizard's visions fade.
This is the price of pride and greed. The villain got what he deserved.
One can't help but have a bit of sympathy. Who wouldn't want to return to their home?
What he did shames his people.
Look at that wand. It hums with inner source.
The jar before you may have looked opulent once, but no longer. Now it's covered in grime. The soul jar rocks slightly, light flashing from underneath its lid. On its rim, you can just barely make out the name Gratiana. As soon as you touch the jar's cracked surface, you see a vision of splendor. Silks, fine food, and decadent. The vision shifts. You see burning villages, slaughtered women and children. You see her, purging wand in hand, standing amongst it all. She throws, a shadow falls across her, and you see a large, weeping face. She reaches out as if to comfort, but Bracchus drags her back. As you pull your hand away, you can feel a deep, longing sadness in your soul. Is it regret, or just sadness for a life that used to be? As the power starts to seep into your body, you feel a force pulling away from you, clawing at you. For a brief moment, you're looking through someone else's eyes. You see a giant statue's head and a gentle pool. In the vision, you fall to your knees, screaming. The last of the magic seeps out of the jar and rushes inside you. Its power thrums through you, filling... The terrible vision fades.
While she lived a selfish life, she seems to have repented.
She murdered children. She cannot be forgiven.
However her life began, it ended well. No one should be damned because of their youth.
You made it all this way.
He trembles and seems to shudder with a quiet sob.
I'm cursed, you know. Bloody Bracchus bound me here to protect his vault. He has my soul in that jar just there, and I can't leave without it. As long as the jar stays unbroken, I can never truly die. I don't rightly know. This was the Source King's way. Befriend you, then destroy you. I was a fool to expect I'd be an exception. His favor was intoxicating. That's no excuse, but it is the reason. Really? You would?
He drops to his knees before you and grabs onto your feet with both hands, head hanging.
Thank you.
I should neutralize this thing before it does damage.
Divine blessings. It's good to see Gareth safe and sound.
This one might serve, but not for long. Get those weapons in the ship. We'll meet. Yes, sir. This may be
Gareth will know what to do.
breaks forever.
He'll take care of us.
The jar before you may have... The soul jar rocks slightly, light flashing from underneath its lid. On its rim, you can just barely make out the name. As soon as you touch the jar's crack, the vision shifts. You see burning villages, slaughtered women and children. You see her, purging wand in hand, standing amongst it all. She throws her head back and laughter echoes in your skull. A shadow falls across her, and you see a large, weeping face. She reaches out as if to comfort, but Brackus drags her back. You see her fall into the mire of the swamp, trapped. As you pull your hand away, you can feel a deep, longing sadness in your soul. Is it regret, or just sadness for a life that used to be? As the power starts to seep into your body, you feel a force. For a brief moment, you're looking through someone else's eyes. You see a giant statue's head, and the last of the magic seeps out of the jar and runs. The terrible vision fades.
While she lived a selfish life, she seems to have repented. She should be forgiven.
She murdered children. She can't...
However her life began, it ended well. No one should be damned because of their youth.
You made it all this way.
He trembles and seems to shudder with a...
I'm cursed, you know. As long as the jar stays unbroken, I can never truly... Really?
He drops to his knees before you.
Thank you.
It's peaceful here, but I'll not be sorry to see the back of these swamps.
The goddess's tears still stream freely, but an aura of loving calm now permeates the...
You're at your back, sir. You're her.
Did you see? Gareth's back. He's here to take us home.
You come at last. I'd no doubt you'd find your way. I know you seek answers. I'll tell you what I can.
It's peaceful here.
We'd just landed on shore. Minutes later, Dallas sailed in on the Lady... She had The Lady Vengeance is still anchored there, too. Lucian, save us from one of... Well, I went to that. We've got to find a way to silence those shriekers. If we do that, the Lady Vengeance is ours. Freedom is ours. You do? But that's incredible! I can only imagine what ghoul-ridden depths you braved to find one. I had no doubt. You bring me hope, sorcerer. I'll gather the other seekers and travel to shore. Meet us there as soon as you can.
Gareth's voice echoes throughout the enclave with such command, it could rouse a...
We move, seekers. Now is the time to resist. The Lady Vengeance will be ours!
The jar before you may have looked opulent once. The soul jar rocks slightly, light flashing from underneath its lid. On its rim, as soon as you touch the jar's cracked surface, you see a vision of splendor. The vision shifts. You see a shadow falls across her, and you see a laugh. As you pull your hand away, you can feel a deep, longing sadness in your soul. Is it regret, or just sadness for a life that used to be? The terrible vision fades.
While she lived a selfish life.
She murdered children.
However her life began, it ended well. No one should be damned because of their youth.
You made it all this way.
He trembled.
I'm cursed. As long as the jar stays unbroken, I can never truly... Really?
He drops to his...
Thank you.
By Armadia's grace, what did you do?
Told you, lass.
This is a rare gift, one I've not seen before in all my years. Blessings be. I am humbled to be in your presence.
Take heart, Leia. You're stronger than you know.
Truly we are blessed to know you. If Armadia favors you, that is all I need to know. Go. And what might that be, O blessed child?
She stops dead as you pull the jar out of your backpack. Her voice trembles as she speaks.
You entered the vault. Please, give that to me. Give it to me now. It matters not. All that matters is that you give it to me. No. Stop! Wait!
She reaches up and tears off her mask, revealing a wet skull, stained by centuries. You stare into the empty eye sockets of the undead creature before you.
I have waited centuries, watching lives come and go, while my soul lies locked in a cage. Did you see? Garrett's back. He's here to take us home. Craven wretch, do your duty.
Make the blades sharp and true. I said it.
Please, you must return the jar to me. You cannot understand the importance of this.
She reaches greedily for the jar, tearing the cap off. You see a green glowing light emerge from...
By Armadia, I feel wet. Oh, Goddess, I can feel your tears upon my face. I suppose you deserve to know. Before I knew Armadia's grace, I was a very different person, but more than his lover. I was his partner. I discovered his power to feed on the source of others, and I allowed it to... No, I made it happen. Not I. They are older than Brachus. Ancient relics from a bygone age. He uncovered these weapons do not kill, but maim in the most horrible way. With them, you can steal the source of your enemies and make it your own. They likely do not even know what they hold in their hands. They do not know its corrupting effects. But power changes a man, as he changes his nation. Brachus grew paranoid, angry, murderous.
He'll take care of us.
I tried not to see it. I told myself it was fine, that the stronger he became, the stronger I was. I gave him more and more, trying to win him back to me. I offered him the source of whole The lands outside were once green and beautiful, until I came, until I turned them over to him. Now all's poison, and the dead are restless. Armadia is merciful in her love. I found this shrine while hunting a band of wizards. I found the goddess weeping for her children, and I wept too.
She pauses for a moment. If she had eyes, you're sure she'd be wiping them.
Through Armadia, I saw my sins, and I could bear it no longer. I threw myself from the cliff at the entrance. I tried. He brought me back from the Hall of Echoes, locked my soul away, and demanded my obedience. Even in death, he commanded me.
Hold it together, lad. You're doing great.
Only when 2 source hunters ended his curse was I free. Since then, I have returned here and spent centuries trying to heal the pain I've caused. And now...
She drops the now empty soul jar to the ground, smashing it to pieces with her foot.
Can't wait to go home.
You have my thanks, brother.
She starts to speak, but chokes back as...
Thank you. I can't... I've never known such kindness.
So here, but I'll not be sorry to see the back of these swamps.
Go home. We'll be safe. We won't have to fear again.
Make the blades sharp and true.
As you command.
Sweet mother, bringer of magic, hear my prayer. Bless their allies with the courage to do what is right. Sweet Armadia, mother of magic, hear my prayer.
This may serve.
You've done well so far. Keep it up. You've had your backs. You're on her.
Go home. We'll be safe. We won't have to fear again.
It's peaceful here, but I'll not be sorry to see the back of these swamps.
Blessed Armadia, grant these soldiers your protection. I pray you will strengthen their spells and set their blades aflame. I pray you will bless their armor, so no curse may pass it. I pray you see them
Divine
safe.
blessings.
I
It's good to
pray
see
this
Gareth
in your
safe and
name.
Gareth's
sound.
back. He's here to take us home.
Hold it together, Leia. You're doing great.
Thank you. You were missed.
Sweet Mother,
It's peaceful
bringer
here,
of magic,
but I'll not be sorry
hear
to
my
see the back
prayer.
of these swamps.
Bless their allies with the courage to do what is right. Sweet Armadia, Mother of magic, hear my prayer.
This may serve.
Did you see? Gareth's back.
We appreciate your hospitality,
take us
esteemed
home.
Gratiano.
My welcome is yours.
Divine blessings. It's good to see Gareth safe and sound.
Sweet Mother, bringer of magic, hear my prayer. Bless their allies with the courage to do what is right.
Gareth's back.
Sweet Armadia,
He's here to
Mother
take us
of
home.
magic, hear my prayer.
I can make this
Told
work.
you, lads.
Maybe.
We head home in no time.
Keep your wits about you, Leia. We need you.
Thank you, Gareth.
This may do some
Can't wait
damage
to go
before it
home.
breaks forever. This may do some damage before it breaks forever.
Blessed Armadia, grant these soldiers your protection. I pray you will strengthen their spells and set their blades aflame. I pray you will bless
one
their
might serve,
armor,
but
so no curse may pass it. I pray you see them safe. I pray this in your name.
This may serve.
It's peaceful here, but I'll not be sorry to see the back of these swamps.
You won't have to fear again.
Well done, Your teaching serves me well, sir. This one might serve, but not for long. This one might serve, but not for long.
Sweet Mother, bringer of magic, hear my prayer. Bless their allies with the courage to do what is right.
I can make this work. Maybe.
Sweet Armadia,
Told you, lads.
Mother of magic,
Home in no time.
hear my prayer.
It's been cursed.
Gareth will know what to do. He'll take care of us.
Glad you're back, sir. You're now. This may do
Told
some
you,
damage.
lads.
Blessed
Home
Armadia,
in no time.
grant these soldiers your protection. I pray you will strengthen their spells and set their blades aflame. I pray you will bless their armor, so no curse may pass it. I pray you see them safe. I pray this in your name.
We'll be safe. We won't have to fear again.
I can make this work. Maybe.
I told you, lads. We'll be hitting home in no time.
Thank you again for all you've done for us.
My welcome is yours.
It's peaceful
Sweet
here,
Mother,
but I'll not be
bringer
sorry
of
to see the
magic,
back of these swamps.
hear my prayer. Bless their allies with the courage to do what is right. Sweet Armadia, Mother of Magic,
Did you see?
hear my prayer.
Gareth's back. He's here to take us home.
Told you, lads. We'll be heading home in no time.
Blessed Armadia, grant these soldiers your protection. I pray you will strengthen their spells and set their blades aflame.
This may do some damage before it breaks forever.
I pray you will bless their armor, so no curse may pass it. I pray you see them safe. I pray this in your name.
Gareth will know what to do. He'll take care of us.
I told you, lads. We'll be heading home in no time.
Thank you again for all you've done for us.
Thank the goddess Armadia,
This
not
one might
I.
serve, but not for long.
I told you, lads. We'll be heading home in no
Blessed
time.
Armadia, grant these soldiers your protection. I pray you will strengthen their spells and set their blades aflame.
Gareth will know what to do.
I pray you will bless their
Speak if you wish to.
so no curse may pass it. I pray you see them safe. I pray this in your name.
This one might serve, but not for long.
Divine blessings. It's good to see Gareth safe and sound.
This may do some damage before it breaks forever. I can make this work. Maybe.
You've done well so far. Keep it up.
Yes, sir.
You come at last.
Thank you, sir.
I know you seek answers. I'll tell you what I can. We just landed on shore. She had horrors at the Lady Vengeance is still anchored there too. Well, I went to that armory. We've got to find a way to silence those shriekers. You do? But that's incredible. I had no...
Gareth's voice echoes.
We move, Seekers. Now is the time to resist.